Hi friends! Today we're going to be looking at rounding to the nearest 10 and the nearest 100. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So let's look at our first number. Our first number is 709. Let's start with rounding to the tens. So we're going to look in our tens column. We have a 0. But remember, we want to look right next door to tell us what to do. All right, we have a 9 next door. The 9 tells us that we need to add one more to our tens column. So this 0 is now a 1. And remember, our 9 is now a 0. So that would make the number 710. Since we're rounding to the tens, we don't do anything with the hundreds. All right, we're done with rounding to the tens for that number. Let's round to the hundreds for that number. 1 second. Let's erase our little lines up here. Okay, let's look at rounding to the hundreds for this number. Our 7 is in our hundreds column, so we're going to circle it. Remember, we want to look right next door. We have a 0 next door. Remember, if it's 4 or less, we're going to let it rest. So our 0 tells us that our 7 is just going to rest. And remember, so our 7 stays the same. Remember, our other two numbers turn into zeros. So 709 rounded to the hundreds is 700. All right, let's look at our next number. Our next number is 185. Let's round to the tens. We have 8 in the tens spot. Remember to look right next door. Our 5 tells us that we need to add one more to the tens. So this number, our 1 stays the same. Remember, we have to add one more. So we're going to add a 9. And our 5 becomes a 0. So 185 rounded to the tens place is 190. All right, let's round it to the hundreds. Our 1 is in our hundreds spot, so let's circle our 1. We're going right next door to the 8. Our 8 tells us that we need to add one more to the hundreds. So we're going to make the 1, we're going to add one more and make it a 2. Remember, our other numbers become zeros. So 185 rounded to the nearest 100 is 200. All right, very good, friends.